When Danny asked us to talk about the things that alopecia had taught us, I realised naturally things all started becoming a lot more positive.
Would you say there are any positives of having alopecia? Yeah, definitely.
Positives. You do not need to shave. Because I remember at 14 years old having to shave my legs every single day, and my unibrow and my mustache. It was exhausting. But quick showers, you can easily stand out, which is great sometimes. And then lastly, I would say the alopecia community, because at first you're devastated, you're freaking out, you don't know what to do, but then you come into contact with people you can relate to and people you can connect with. And I have met some lovely, beautiful souls in this community, and I can't imagine my world any differently.
Without a doubt, the biggest positive of having alopecia is literally changing your hair as many times a day as you want to. I had a red wig on this morning, now I've gone back to this blonde in a massive rush. You don't have to worry about styling your hair. You can literally just throw a wig on and happy days, you're ready for the day.
The positives of having alopecia have been that I was able to find that I really enjoyed wig making through having alopecia and never being able to find the right wig or find one that would fit me correctly and wasn't sliding off my head and I felt secure in and comfortable wearing. Start my own wig business, which for me was more about helping young girls and women navigate the wig world in a less traumatic way than I had to when I was growing up.
The positives for me for having alopecia has got to be how much I can change my hairstyles now. I've got quite a few coloured wigs, I go quite extravagant. I've got bright pink ones, I've got bright purple ones, and then I've just got the normal grey and browns and things like that. So I love the fact that I can just change my hair depending on how I feel or what I'm wearing. It's absolutely fantastic.
There can be a few, many positives to having alopecia. I would say personally, you save money on a lot of hair care products. You don't have to go and sit in a hairdresser's for hours on end. Unfortunately, those that do have hair, well, it does grow back. However, you have to carry on a daily basis with the horrendous hair colour and haircut. You can get ready a hell of a lot faster, quicker than what you would do if you had bad hair morning. Bed hair is bed hair. You cannot cope or deal with it. All we have to do is just pop our wigs on, give it a quick brush, high five. I would never have met such an incredible bunch of newfound friends. They understand what you're actually going through, and I have met some absolute treasures. I love them all to bits.
The positives for me are definitely the length of time it takes me to get ready in the morning. Met so many lovely people recently through the alopecia community online, which has been really great. I definitely wish that I'd had that when I was younger. Definite positive is that when I had my natural hair, it was so thin that I could never have worn it like this. I never dyed it, I never, wore it long or anything. I'm able to experiment with loads of different styles. I've got pink hair, I've got short hair, I've got long hair. This is my dream hair, so yeah, that's some definite positives I found through having alopecia.
The positives of alopecia for me, it has made me more empathetic, more socially aware, kind of see the world through a different set of eyes than other people, like normal people would. Just kind of being different, and once I embraced that, it was just amazing. Like, why would I want to be like everybody else? I have something that makes me stand out. It's also given me my own unique version of beauty. When you have alopecia, beauty is it's something so much deeper than what people usually would see it as. And also I don't have to shave my legs every day, which is really nice.
There are two huge positives for me. One of them is how much quicker it is to get ready now. I can just tie my hair on, it's already styled, so I just have to master the lashes and the brows now, and then that process will be seamless. And the other one is one of my favourite sayings. It really allowed me to filter the weeds from the flowers. So my support network now is perfect. I wouldn't change them for the world. I got rid of all of the toxic, negative people who had a bad impact on my life, and now everyone loves me unconditionally. They're so supportive, they're so caring, and alopecia allowed me to do that.
So
I actually think there's so many positives to alopecia. Your obvious ones like not having to shave and no clogged shower drains, but there's also ones like obviously it makes you so much stronger. It does make you different, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being different. Being unique is amazing, and that's a positive within itself. I think alopecia does help sort of your inner confidence grow and sort of learning to love yourself, not for how you look.
After 8 years of wearing wigs, I decided to start wearing scarves, and from that moment on I went around different cities of Italy and teach people how to wear scarves on their head. This experience helped me a lot and help other people to understand that we can be seen as beautiful women even if we don't wear hair on our head. So even with a head wrap, with a scarf, with a hat, you can still be beautiful, you can still feel sexy.
I talked about the positives of alopecia before. It helped me to be my true self. I have never ever showered so quickly. I have never been able to sleep so well in the summer when it was hot because I had so much hair I couldn't get to sleep. Without hair, I sleep much nicer. Another hair colour suits you without needing to ruin your hair. If someone is staring at you and you're like, go away, you just take your wig off to scare them off. Being able to be the avatar during a party, which I've done, really fun to be honest. I felt like a true airbender. All the awesome people from the hair loss community who I all thank for helping me and for helping others.
The positives of having alopecia. Number one, having alopecia is really low maintenance, especially for a fella. The time spent in the shower is absolutely minimal. Save time washing your hair, doing your hair, you don't have to shave. Is kind of more time doing things that you want to do, more time in bed in the morning, more time drinking before a party. Next is versatility. This one, especially for the females, but for the males as well. You are basically a blank canvas. You can experiment with fashion more than anyone. Then the quality of wigs out there today are like absolutely amazing. Literally be whoever you want to be on any given day, whether it's blonde, brunette, ginger, and microblading is brilliant at the minute. Makeup, you can experiment with glasses, you stand out. For me, coming from a massive sporting background when I was younger, I felt that alopecia helped me stand out from the crowd. I played a lot of football growing up and I got quite far in football, and I honestly believe that having alopecia made people who watched me kind of like migrate to the bald man in the middle. It made me stand out so much. I got further in football than a lot of my peers, but not that I didn't deserve it, but I honestly felt that having alopecia makes you stand out in a crowd. So I think that's a major positive. Another positive is having no unwanted hair. As gents, we don't have any back hair, shoulder hair. Ladies, you don't have any leg hair, you don't have to shave or anything like that. A lot of women and men will be jealous of how easy it is to have alopecia. Number 5, I don't know if it's a positive yet, but I'm hoping it is. Aging. I like to think that we're beat the receding hairline. We're not going to go grey, things like that. So I think if we look after our skin, I'm not going to change too much with age, hopefully. So I feel like I've beaten ageing.
So I think the positives in alopecia are you can wear different hair every day. You can have that princess hair that you dreamed of when you were younger. I remember whenever I used to blow out my birthday candles, I used to forever wish for long blonde hair. I wanted hair down to here, and now I can finally have that. I think as well you attract nicer people. All of my friends are so amazing, and my family really supportive and always trying to cheer me up when I'm having bad days. And I think it just filters out them shallow, horrible people. And you don't feel alone. There's such a big community, and so many girls want to reach out to people in the same situation. It's just really nice to know that there's other people out there who sometimes feel a bit crappy about themselves, sometimes love being bald. I mean, sometimes I feel a bit odd when I think, oh, actually I do look pretty bald, because it's not the norm to be bald. So it's just really nice to know that there's people out there who feel the same.
And if I had to think of a positive of alopecia now, colour, experimentation, makeup, new looks. You become an expert in makeup. How amazing we alopecians can look. We look on point. But the biggest positive, how many people that you meet through this. When you start talking about it, you meet so many new people and you have something in common with people, and you share experiences and difficulties. It's like being part of a tribe, and I love feeling like I belong to this amazing community where purple hair goes. So one more thing, bandanas. Who else apart from pirates gets to wear them? If you've had a long day at work wearing your hair and you want to take it off when you get home, but maybe you've got friends coming around for dinner, you don't feel comfortable being bald in front of them, bandana. If you're trying to hide a spot, bandana with a big bow. But being at a point where I can even make light of this and find fun and find positives in having no hair is a positive in itself, because I would never ever thought I'd get to a point where I'd be happy to talk about the positives of alopecia.
I think there's a lot of positives, and first and foremost is the amazing community that you can just slip right into. You actually get automatically enrolled once you get alopecia. It's this amazing community of sisterhood and brotherhood and friendship and mentorship. You know, you also don't look like anybody else. Well, I'm usually the only bald woman in the room, and I know that's not for everyone, so whether you wear a wig or not, you know, you have a very unique story, so own that. It's more positive than these earrings. I don't think anyone rocks an earring better than a bald person, so.
The positive thing about alopecia is how many others are going through it, and you're not alone. I've met so many lovely people that are now, I consider really good friends. You get to choose any hair colour. I wake up every day and I'm like, oh, which colour shall I be today? And that's really nice as well, because I can kind of plan it with my outfit. It has turned me into a more of a positive person as well. And I love that, because I was quite negative before.
I would say a positive of alopecia for me personally is that I'm now able to talk about things I find difficult. I'm very much someone who bottles my emotions up and my feelings, but since participating in the Don't Rush Challenge, which was the first time I'd ever gone public with my alopecia, I am now able to talk about it in a way that I would never have spoken about it before, and I think that's a huge achievement, so I would take that as a massive positive. I would also say that a massive positive of alopecia for me is finding this amazing group of girls who are incredibly supportive. If it wasn't for them, I don't think I would be as public as I am. I think they've completely inspired me and shown me a whole new way of looking at alopecia.
So for me, the positives of alopecia are the incredible hair loss community that I've found on social media. I never would have sat here today with my hair like this and be posting as much as I am if I hadn't come across the hair loss community. Everyone is so supportive and encouraging and inspirational, and we really are just one big family. It's given me so much confidence and inner strength that I never knew I had. It's really made me grow as a person.
But there are definitely positives about having alopecia. One of them is you don't have to shave, thank God. If you want to dye your hair blue, you can dye your hair blue. If you want to have short orange bob, you can do it. That is the best part of alopecia.
Positives of alopecia has taught me to be strong, quite independent. I can change up my hairstyle, I guess, all the time. You can't get to go to the hairdressers, so it's nice during the year to be able to change up your hair and not have that envy of somebody having a different colour every couple of months.
The biggest positive for me about having alopecia is the fact that I can change my hairstyle whenever I want. So currently I have 3 wigs that I like to swap out of, and every single one of them I feel confident and sexy in, and I can change them whenever I want. If I wanted to be blue or red, if I wanted to have rainbow hair, I could do that without having to damage any of my own hair. For me, I also don't have eyebrows, so I get to experiment with different shapes and lengths and different textures of eyebrows, and I get to create it all on my own, so it's definitely allowed me to be a more creative person in that aspect too.
I think there's a lot of positives, especially one of them being that you can change your hair anytime. Like, you haven't got to go and get cut and dyed every other week. You can just put one on and be like, oh yeah, this is my hair for the day. Like, I've got loads behind me there. The positive is that you can learn a lot about yourself, and it's something that makes you different. It's a conversation starter, really.
The positives of having alopecia for me is you never have to shave. You can change the colour of your hair or the shape of your eyebrows to however you want them, and it also gives me the power to show other people that it's okay to look different.
And over the years have experimented with different wigs and eye makeup. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. One good thing is I don't need to worry about my hair because the wigs are always fabulous and you can do what you like with them.
I would say the positives of alopecia is not dealing with hair wash nights, not dealing with shampoo and conditioner, not ruining your hair to have updated hairstyles. I find it comfortable to sleep, and you can also check your tan progress.
Positives of having alopecia means I can get ready much quicker because my hair's already done. I can wear whatever colour hair I like in any style I like. Yeah, you may think that's quite funny, and sometimes it is quite funny. I have had quite a few laughs with different wigs and different hair colours. I don't have to sit in hairdressers. I don't have to pay.
I would say there are some positive things about having alopecia, but then again, I think with life you always have to look for the positive things. I always say to people, if my boyfriend decides late of a Saturday evening, come on, let's go for a few drinks, let's go out, I can simply be ready in about 30 minutes compared to before trying to style my hair, wash my hair, do all that. I can just slap on a wig and go out the door.
For me, alopecia has so many positives. I see it as a great way to be able to express myself, wearing different wigs, styles, lengths, colours. It's just amazing. It's a massive fashion accessory. Always lay my clothes on the bed, put all my different wigs out together, see, you know, which one I think looks best with what outfit. I mean, who else can say that they can do that? Another positive about having alopecia is being part of the wonderful hair loss community. There's so many people that you can talk to that actually understand how you're feeling and what you're going through. It makes me stand out from everyone else, and I definitely get remembered.
I would say that there are a lot of positive things that have come from having alopecia. One of them is that I don't have to shave my legs. Another one is that I've been able to try loads of really cool hairstyles and colours through wigs that I might not have done if I had hair. And then the main one is all the amazing people that I've met that have alopecia as well. I'm really grateful to alopecia for bringing them into my life, because if I didn't have it, I wouldn't have met any of them. I'm just really glad that I have, because they're all just amazing, and I'm so grateful to call so many of them my friend now.
So for me, one of the biggest positives that comes out of having alopecia universalis is the strength that I've built off the back of everything that I've been through. Every time that you get a bad day, when you come out the other side of that, it gives you this huge sense of pride for yourself that you've actually overcome that. Almost you've grown as a person and become an even better person than you were before. I like to look at it as an opportunity in a sense and use that to actually flourish. Now, very recently, joined the social media community. We're all there to share tips, experiences, life stories. The most amazing thing ever. And I kind of figured that if I didn't have alopecia, then obviously I wouldn't have discovered the community, just really to discover what human beings are capable of and the kindness that's out there.
So I definitely think that there's positives that come with having alopecia. So I can be pink one day, blonde the next, like it doesn't matter. And I don't have to spend loads of money on razors because those are expensive.
Well, one of my favorite positives of alopecia is the fact that I am so much cooler in the summer. I can go out and go for a run, and I don't feel nearly as hot as when I had all that hair. I hardly ever have to shave. I am pool ready pretty quickly and easily. Biggest positive for me is I really hope that my children will learn from me that it's okay to be different.
I would say the positives of having alopecia are that it makes you really unique and you can be really creative with what hair you have. So one day you might want to have blonde hair, the next you might want to have brown hair with braids, or maybe even a crazy colour. You can just switch it up really easily. Or maybe one day you just want to have a bald head. And also the best part, of course, is that you have a wonderful, beautiful bald head.
You don't have to worry about body hair and facial hair, and you can change the colour, length and style of your hair whenever you want.
When I think of the positives of alopecia, I think about all the times that I wanted to try like all these different hairstyles, colours, cuts. It's so easy to do that now with wigs, and I've tried colours and hairstyles that I never would have before. Brows, my brows are better than my bio brows ever were, and most importantly, the network of friends that I've made. You connect on another level with people, just complete strangers that you've never met when they walk the same path as you. I'm actually now thankful for alopecia. It's opened so many doors for me, created so much opportunity and unlocked so much within me as a person, and sparked the unbelievable confidence that I never would have had before.
One of the biggest positives about having alopecia is actually being different. Being different is a really good thing, and I really wish that we could get away from the stigma of having something about you that is different being a bad thing. Being different means that you stand out from the crowd and that you don't just blend in with everybody else. I get people come up to me in the street and say to me, wow, I think you look amazing. I would never get that kind of compliment if I was just a normal person. Wish that we could just get everybody to embrace their differences, because it is a really great thing.
When I started making this list, I actually realised how many positives there were to having alopecia. My number one positive would have to be never having to shave my legs. Don't even know what that feels like. My legs are always summer ready, and I'm sure my friends are always really jealous of the fact that I'm literally ready to put a dress on and go. My number two positive has got to be the fact that you can change your hairstyle up whenever you feel you want to. In these last few months, I've started trying out different synthetic wigs, different styles, different cuts, different colours, and it's really opened up a whole new world to me. I started my Instagram up a few months ago. I have met the most kind of amazing support group. I've met so many like-minded people recently. They've really helped me with my mental health. They've really helped me grow in confidence and really believe in who I am. It's been a huge change in me kind of believing in myself recently. Reach out when you feel ready and just be honest with people with how you're feeling, connecting yourself with a support network. I love the fact that they have coached me and helped me kind of try new hairstyles. They've taught me how to use false eyelashes, which again I've never used before.
When you're going through alopecia, it's difficult to see the positives during a traumatic, life-changing process, but believe me, there are so many positives. Gaining confidence I never thought I had. I don't care about what anyone else thinks, and that in itself has been really refreshing and a calm way to live. Superficially, I have the most amazing, perfect hair through my hair system and the most beautiful shaped microbladed eyebrows. But most importantly, I have alopecia universalis, and when you're stripped of everything you ever knew, you really have to learn to build yourself bottom up and figure out who you really are. And I really do love myself, and I'm really proud of the woman that I am. I feel like I have so much knowledge and wisdom now to share. Finally, I think we're all here on this planet for a purpose, and if it wasn't for alopecia, I don't think I would have known my purpose.
There's so many positives of having alopecia. The wigs, you can literally wake up, be blonde one day, pink the next day. And also with makeup, you can experiment with your makeup so much more. Your eyebrows, you can keep up with current trends, or you can make your own trend. Another thing I absolutely love is I don't have to shave my legs. I've got baby smooth legs all year round, which I know a lot of girls would love to have. Or when you're on holiday, if it's a really hot day in the UK, which hardly ever happens, you can be the coolest one in the room. You can take your wig off and cool right down, whereas everybody else will have to sweat away.
Dear diagnosis, spare the strands on my head. Deconstruct my kinky curls. Rip apart the replications of failed treatments. Mend the closed bullies that failed me. I am more than. It is part of me. I am writing this letter to ask that you accompany me. Us. We. Whilst we rediscover the code to the lock that unseals the doors of authenticity, embodying individuality within our self-made community. Social norms circulate, but I can't hear them anymore, drowning out the doubts and any thoughts that tell me that I am less than, because alopecia is bravery, constantly pushing past those mental wounds formed by society, breaking barriers between hair and its complicated relationship with identity. Alopecia to me is the definition of sheer beauty.